Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. If you're feeling like you're stuck financially, like no matter how much you save, it's just not enough, this video is for you. Today, we are going to explore 5 reasons why saving your money could actually be keeping you poor and why investing is the key to financial freedom. Stick with me for the next few minutes and I promise it will change the way you think about your money forever. If you are like me, you grew up with everyone telling you to save your money. You probably heard the same thing from your parents, banks, teachers, and society at large. Everyone says to save your money. Well, I'm here to tell you to do the opposite if you want to get ahead financially. Before I continue, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Okay, now let's get started. Reason number 1 why your money is keeping you poor. Inflation is stealing your money. Let's get real about inflation for a second. Imagine that your money is like an ice cream cone sitting in the sun. Each minute that passes, a little more of that delicious ice cream melts away. Well, that's basically what inflation does to your money. You've got $10,000 sitting in a savings account somewhere. Feels good, right? But here's the catch. Every year, inflation creeps up by 2 to 3% and suddenly your money's buying power is shrinking. What could have bought you 100 dinars out last year now will only get you about 97 dinars, and in a few years maybe even 90. You see, inflation makes your hard-earned cash worth less and less over time. Now compare that to investing. Let's say you put that same $10,000 into something like an S&P 500 index fund, which historically averages around 7 to 10% returns per year. That's not just keeping up with inflation, it's beating inflation. You are letting your money grow faster than inflation can eat it away. Let's take one example. Look at the price of a loaf of bread in the 1990s versus today. Back then, it was about $1. Now, you are probably paying closer to $3. Your savings did not grow with that, but your investment, well, they could have even tripled. Reason number 2, savings accounts are not designed to make you wealthy. Now, let's talk about how saving is basically like sitting on the sidelines while everyone else is playing the game. Sure, it feels safe, you don't get ruffled, but you are not actually getting anywhere. Think about the world's wealthiest people: Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. None of them got rich by hoarding cash under a mattress or in a savings account. They all made their fortunes by betting, by investing in companies, in ideas, in markets that grow over time. A savings account might give you what? 0.5% interest if you're lucky. Meanwhile, the stock market has historically delivered average returns of close to 10% over the long term. It's not rocket science, people. Investing is how you get your money to work for you. Here's a little analogy to further drive home this point. Imagine you are trying to fill up a swimming pool. Saving is like using a teaspoon to move the water. Technically, you are making progress, but it's incredibly slow. Investing, on the other hand, is like using a garden hose. The pool that you're trying to fill up fills up much faster because you're using a bigger, better tool. In 2010, if you had saved $1,000 or 1,000 yen or rupees or naira, whatever currency you use, you might have added a few dollars in interest by now. But if you had invested that same $1,000 in Apple stock, today you would have over $8,000. That's the difference between just saving and putting your money to work through investing. Reason number 3, compound interest is your best friend if you invest, of course. All right, this is important. Have you ever heard of compound interest? If you haven't, let me introduce you to one of the most powerful forces in the financial world. Albert Einstein, yes, the guy with the crazy hair, called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. He said, "He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." And trust me, you want to be on the earning side of that particular equation. So, what is it? What is compound interest? Let's break it down. When you invest, not only does your original money earn interest, but the interest you earn starts earning interest too. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. Over time, it gets bigger and bigger, gathering momentum all on its own. Here's an example. Let's say you invest $1,000 today with a 7% return. In 1 year, that's $1,070. It doesn't sound like a huge jump, right? But here's the magic. Next year, you'll be earning interest on $1,070, not just your original $1,000. Over time, that starts to really add up. In 10 years, that $1,000 will be worth nearly $2,000, and in 30 years, over $7,000. That's compound interest working its magic. Savings don't give you that kind of power. With a savings account, your interest isn't compounding at a rate that will get you anywhere close to those returns. It's like running on a treadmill. You're putting in the effort, but you're not actually going anywhere. Yeah, I hope that analogy works. Yeah, it works in my head. Reason number 4, opportunity cost. The hidden price of not investing. Let's talk about this. Every time you leave your money sitting in a savings account, you're missing out on potential gains. This is where things can really get eye-opening. Let's say in 2010, you had $1,000 and decided to play it safe, keep it in a savings account. Fast forward to today, you've maybe earned a couple of bucks in interest. Not bad, right? But here's the thing. If you had put that same $1,000 into a solid investment, let's say Apple, which has been one of the most successful businesses over the last decade, you'll be sitting on over $8,000 right now. That's opportunity cost. The money you could have made but didn't because you chose to play it safe. And it's not just with stocks. There are opportunities in real estate, in startups, even in cryptocurrency, although we'll save that for another video. Think of it this way. Your money has potential energy, kind of like a coiled spring. If you leave it sitting idle in savings, that energy never gets released. It's just stuck. Investing lets you unlock the potential, putting your money to work and giving it the chance to grow. And finally, reason number 5 why your money is keeping you poor. Here's the truth. Economies grow, companies innovate, people spend money, new technologies emerge, and over time, the market grows. By investing, you are tapping into that growth and letting it carry you along. Take a look at companies like Tesla, Netflix, Amazon. Back when they first started, people thought they were risky bets. Sure they were, but those who invested early, they saw their money grow exponentially as these companies revolutionized their industries. When you invest in the stock market, you are buying into pieces of companies that grow over time, and as those companies grow, so does the value of your investment. It's like planting a seed and watching it turn into a tree that bears fruit year after year. Now, compare that to saving. Your money in a savings account does not participate much in economic growth. It just sits there doing almost nothing while the world moves on without it. So here's the bottom line, folks. Saving is important for emergencies and short-term goals. But if you're serious about building wealth, investing is where the magic happens. You are not just protecting your money from inflation. You are growing it. You are letting compound interest do the heavy lifting, avoiding the hidden costs of missed opportunities and benefiting from the growth of companies and economies over time. The good news, you don't need a PhD in finance to get started today. Just a little knowledge, a plan, and a willingness to take that first step. So what's it going to be, guys? Are you going to let your money sit on the sidelines, or are you ready to put it to work? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and like this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.